All right, welcome to this bonus video. I'm going to show you how you can destructure the props and state, and also show you some other neat tricks that you can do to make your code look a bit cleaner and also actually write less code. I didn't want to show you this in the course before because I think it's important to learn things from the ground up, and it would only confuse you if we started to use these things just when you're learning React. So that's why I saved this for this bonus video. So we have two different types of components. We have stateful components and we have stateless components. There's a little bit difference in how you destructure the props in these components. We'll start off with a stateless functional component, and we can use the component movie thumbs. So open up moviethumbs.js, and as you can see, we're sending in some props to this one. And now we're going to use the ES6 destructuring to make it a lot cleaner, and we don't have to write props dot before everything we use here. So we just destructure it right in the parentheses up here. So we create an object. The props are just a regular JavaScript object you're sending into your component. So we just write the different props here we're sending in. We have an image, we have a movie ID, we have a movie name, and we have a clickable. It's important that these are the exact names as the props you're sending in, otherwise it won't destructure them. This is really all there is to it. We can now remove the props dot before everyone here. And this should be the last one, I think. We can save it. Oop, failed to compile. Line 10, movie name is not defined. Movie name, like so. And we save it again. And there you have it. It's still working. It's showing the movie thumbs. So what we're doing here, we're destructuring the props so we don't have to write props dot before every prop we're using. And as I said, I saved this for this video because I think it's much easier to follow in the course if you write props dot, because then you know that the values are coming from props. So that's why I saved this one for now when we finish the app. And that's why you can clean up the code now and make these little changes. You'll get used to this as you do more React projects, and it will be basic stuff for you to use, I think. So we can go to our stateful component. We can use the home component, and for this one we don't have the props up here, so we have to do the destructuring in the render method. So we'll go into our render method. We can make a nice note here for us. If we want to, we can write ES6 destructuring the state, because here we're destructuring the state. You do it the same with the props, so you can destructure both the state and the props. And this way we don't have to write this .state before every state property we're using. In this one, we have to create a const, and we create a JavaScript object. And we write movies. We have a hero image. We have a loading. We have current page. We have total pages. And we have a search term like this. And then you do equal and write this .state. And what this will do, it will take all the keys in our state and create a const for each of them for us to use. We should have a comma there also. It's also important for this one that these are the exact names as the ones in the state. Now we can just remove this .state in front of properties we are using from the state. So we'll remove all of these like so, delete, and we save it, and we see that it's still working as it should. And it does. So this is a short one on how you can destructure the props and state. If we're sending in props to our stateful class component, we can just write like this, prop 1 prop2 and an equal sign and this dot props. So it's the exact same way as you destructure the state. And you could of course do this in your different methods as well, where you feel like it fits to do so. I can also show you another neat trick you can do to make your code a little bit cleaner and a little bit less. So if you go into the movie info bar.js, your movie info bar component, as you can see here, it's just a stateless functional component. So we have a regular function and we have the brackets here, and we make a return statement for this one. And if you're only returning JSX, as we do in this case, we have a div, and this div is wrapping the entire content. We can skip this one, like so, and we can replace this with parentheses instead. And this will do the exact same thing as it did before, but we don't have to write the return statement. So we save this one. We can check that our movie info bar is working, and it is. It's this one here. So this is kind of a little trick you can use if you don't want to write the return in your code, in your functional components. If you're just returning JSX, it will make the code a little bit less verbose. So I suggest you can try this your own now and go into your components and refactor them with these small tricks I showed you. So hope this helped you, and this is it for this course. I'm thankful you took the course and hope it's given you a little bit more insight in how to use React, and that it's actually a really, really fun way of creating web applications and applications if you're using React Native.